How Chumlee became the richest person on Pawn Stars. Today's video will be very exciting to many people who love Chumlee. If you're wondering who Chumlee is, well, that's just what today's video will dive into. Fans of the Pawn Stars, this video will be introducing you to how Chumlee became the richest person on Pawn Stars. When we say Chumlee, most of the people who watch the show know that there's going to be something silly or crazy, since Chumlee is known as the hilarious dude who gives the show a light, humorous tone. While that is true, this does not disprove the fact that Chumlee is a very practical and witty person who succeeded in becoming the richest guy on Pawn Stars. But before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With that being said, let's get started. Who is Chumlee? Before stating the secrets behind his wealth, let's just briefly introduce you to Chumlee and tell you a little bit about him. Chumlee's real name is Austin Lee Russell. He was born on the 8th of September in 1982 in Henderson, Nevada, United States of America. Chumlee came to work at the pawn shop 5 years before the first season of the show was filmed. He was Corey Harrison's childhood best friend. This is how he stepped into the Harrison's family business and met the other two older generations, Rick Harrison and the old man, Richard Harrison. Ever wondered why he was given the nickname Chumlee? This is because when he was a kid, he had a large chin and a large face. He was just a chubby kid. When he worked at the Pawn Stars with the Harrisons, he was always behind the counter, loading or testing items. Later on, he proved his excellence in the field, and the old man admired his simplicity and his sense of humor to the extent that he counted him as one of his sons. Aw, now that's kinda sweet. Since the show started, Chumlee has always been depicted as the comic foil. He makes a lot of jokes, usually about his own abilities and slowness. He became the fans' favorite character in the show and the center of attention for so many seasons because of his deals. He made some successful ones and some other terrible ones, but he was never blamed too much. He always had this aura about him, which would diffuse even the most tense situations with his light humor. Now, here are 5 ways that Chumlee became the richest person on Pawn Stars. Number 5. The candy shop. On the surface, Chumlee may not seem that smart, but don't be fooled. Beneath that demeanor is the spirit of an entrepreneur. He knows well how to get money for more than one business. He realizes that it will always be better and safer to have another source of income besides your main career. So, Chumlee just last year opened a candy shop with his brother. It's called Chumlee's Candyland. And I think a candy shop is the most suitable thing for Chumlee. It reflects his childish personality. But let's be real, candy is for everyone, not only kids, am I right? Look at this sweet shop. Sweet shop. Chumlee wanted to have his own private business. He thought a candy shop would be perfect since they could offer something to everyone as gifts. The shop is located in downtown Las Vegas. Chumlee's candy shop has such a wide selection of varieties that their stock even contains candy from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They sell taffy, gummy bears, and everything sweet and sugary that you could ever imagine. Delicious. Chumlee's candy business is really flourishing and taking off quite well. He's made quite a good profit every month. His fame, alongside with his choice of business, makes him a very interesting person who wins the hearts of many of his fans who come from all over the world to sample his sweets, take photos with him, and get his signature. Number 4. Pawn Plaza. This one doesn't have much to say about Chumlee, but it definitely made him more famous. In 2011, after the Pawn Stars show was really taking off, Rick wanted to have a business and expand. He made a Pawn Plaza, which contained many different shops that were designed in a very unique way. The Pawn Plaza attracted a lot of attention and everyone started going there. It became so crowded with people that the parking lot even faced a lot of problems because 4,000 people would hit the plaza daily. However, the business started declining for unknown and unmentioned reasons. People no longer came to the Pawn Plaza and some of the shops had to close due to low sales. Plus, the rent of the shops was really expensive and it urged many employees to just leave. With the decline of Rick's business, Chumlee's successful business just kept growing and making him richer. Number 3. Chumles Brand. Chumlee is no doubt an icon of pop culture. Kids say that they love Chumlee because he is an adult whom they feel smarter than. While that does sound a bit harsh, he seems to enjoy the sarcasm and he doesn't really take it too seriously. He acts as the class clown and loves making people laugh. In addition, he has a very down-to-earth personality. Corey even stated that everybody loved to see Chumlee. Whenever his customers saw him, they were delighted and they wanted to be around him. So with this in mind, he decided to pounce on another business venture. He established his own brand. He was the first of the Pawn Stars to do so. His company sells really cool items that have his name on it. He sells t-shirts which he designed himself, as well as sneakers, hats, and much more cool stuff. He even sold half of his company to Rick Harrison for about $155,000. Wow. He became an excellent merchant and trader, so never underestimate Chumlee's way of thinking, because he's not always messing around or making jokes. He's also wanting to make sure he's financially secure. He could now afford to buy planes if he wanted to. Don't always be poking fun at your friends whom you see as the butt of the joke, because one day they could become millionaires. Number 2. Music. Chumlee is a very multi-talented person. While the rest of the Pawn Stars are being their regular selves, Chumlee does not only gain profit from the show, but also his own original creations. Besides his company and the candy shop, he has also started a music career. Chumlee had attended a DJ school and wanted to learn in order to start his venture into the music business. He wanted to delve deeper into this business, which had a massive audience. Who doesn't love an awesome DJ? Who doesn't want to attend a rave with some trance music? I know I do. Now, with Chumlee being a DJ, people would be interested in attending his parties. Chumlee is always hustling at night and jamming to make more music, whereas the rest of the Pawn Stars are chilling at home and watching Netflix. Chumlee's music career is mainly based in Las Vegas. People love coming to his place to see him jamming on stage on his guitar. People love to go to his events for the drinks, the games, the shows, and of course, his charisma. Number 1. Chumlee's cars. Now, here's something that will make you envy the dude, but it will also surprise you as well. When Chumlee first started his job at the pawn shop with the Pawn Stars, his father got him a simple car that cost $900. After Chumlee became well known, he got an entire collection of cars. And I'm not just talking Hot Wheels. This is because they do not match with his childish personality. His taste in cars is rather extravagant and spectacular. He owns a Rolls-Royce Phantom alongside a Maserati Gran Turismo, plus a Cadillac Escalade, a Range Rover, and finally a 1964 Impala SS. How about that? One day he was seen playing video games in his car. You heard me right, he has a PlayStation in his car. That's really interesting. Oh, Chumlee, you're so hilariously rich. But to be real, if I had access to that kind of money, I'd probably do the same thing. But here's one important thing. What actually made Chumlee rich is people's love of his simple and humorous personality. He's one lucky, intelligent, and multi-talented dude. But before we go, there's one last interesting thing you guys need to know about Chumlee. He changed his life in 2013 after his father died at the age of 54 because he had a terminal pancreatic cancer. Since that event, Chumlee has changed his lifestyle and started losing weight. He went to the gym and exercised his heart out to become more fit and healthy. He started eating healthier too and improved his diet. He ate more vegetables and drank juice and stayed away as much as possible from red meat. He lost 75 pounds and used to go to the gym 6 days a week. His weight loss also enabled him to ride a hovercraft. He never used it before because his weight, which was 250 pounds, restricted him. It was hard for him to ride it, but now that he's lost so much weight, he's able to ride it happily. So I think this little story, in conjunction with everything else, indicates that Chumlee is a very strong-willed and determined individual. He went through some tragedies and some difficulties in his life, which he overcame in a very excellent way. He's not a quitter, and he doesn't give up. On the contrary, he works on himself and his weaknesses to become a better, more successful person. Today's Chumlee is the result of many years of hard work. Despite all of that, he's never lost his joy, hope, or determination. He's still as fun and humorous as he always has been. It is said that Chumlee's wealth is worth $5 million. He is in a committed relationship with a Lebanese-American woman named Tanya Hijazi. They have been dating since 2013. She is an American chef and she works for the Stack Restaurant and Bar, which is located in, you guessed it, Las Vegas. She played a major role in helping Chumlee lose weight. Chumlee proves that he's a very loyal and serious person. Just because he is known for his high spirits and sense of humor, that does not make him an irresponsible person. What a cool dude. Although he's not connected to the Harrisons by bloodline, he has a very big part in their hearts. He's one of the family. Finally, Chumlee has quite the obsession with collecting shoes. He still owns his first Nike sneakers. He has a room that contains 200 pairs of sneakers that he is fond of, and some other custom shoes that are designed specifically for him. Now that you've learned so much about Chumlee, it's your turn to tell us in the comments your opinion. What do you think of Chumlee and his story? Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.